Bukowski was not a saint. He wasn't a guru, and he never pretended to be one. In fact, most of his life was messy, chaotic, and at times self-destructive. He drank too much. He failed at jobs. He wrote about the ugliest parts of life without apology. And yet, he became one of the most celebrated underground writers of the 20th century. Not because he followed the rules, but because he ignored them. On his gravestone, there are only 2 words beneath an image of a boxer. Don't try. At first, it sounds like a bad piece of advice. Don't try? Isn't life about effort, ambition, and chasing your dreams? Isn't that what every motivational speaker tells you, to try harder? But Bukowski's "don't try" wasn't about laziness. It was about something deeper, something far more difficult. The illusion of effort. Bukowski spent most of his early life trying to fit into jobs he hated, trying to act like he cared about things he didn't, trying to become the kind of writer he thought people wanted him to be, and every attempt failed. The more he tried to force life, the more life seemed to resist. When he finally gave up on trying, in the conventional sense, something shifted. He started writing in his own raw, unapologetic voice. No more flowery language, no more pretending, no more striving to impress. And that's when his career took off. When he stopped trying to be someone and simply was himself, his words found their audience. What "don't try" really means. When Bukowski said "don't try," he didn't mean don't do anything. He meant stop forcing. Stop trying to be something you're not. Stop chasing an identity that doesn't fit you. Life has a strange way of rewarding authenticity. When you do something because you love it, not because you're trying to prove something, you move differently. You create differently. You live differently. Effort still happens, but it's not coming from strain or desperation. It comes from a place of flow. It's the difference between a plant growing towards the sun naturally and someone pulling on the stem, trying to make it grow faster. The trap of forcing life. Many of us are trapped in the illusion that if we just try hard enough, life will give us what we want. But more often than not, forcing leads to frustration. Bukowski knew this. He spent years chasing the wrong things: jobs, approval, recognition, until life broke him down. Only when he surrendered to his own nature did things fall into place. It's not that he stopped working. He still wrote every day. But it wasn't trying. It was being. There's a quiet power in not forcing. It allows you to move with life instead of constantly fighting against it. Living without pretending. To not try means to live without the endless pretending. To stop wearing the masks you think the world demands of you. It means speaking in your own voice, even if it's unpopular. It means creating in your own style, even if no one understands it at first. Bukowski didn't care about literary approval. He cared about truth. Ugly, uncomfortable, unpolished truth. And that truth, because it was real, spoke to people more deeply than any polished act ever could. The courage to surrender. Paradoxically, don't try takes courage. It's much easier to keep forcing things, to keep pushing, to keep grinding, than it is to trust that if you simply be yourself, life will align with you in its own time. Trying is often a form of fear that who you are isn't enough. Not trying means facing that fear and letting go of the performance. This doesn't mean you stop working hard. It means your work is no longer a desperate attempt to fill a void. It becomes an expression of who you already are. Finding your own flow. Bukowski's philosophy can sound dangerous in a world obsessed with hustle. But maybe that's exactly why it's so valuable. Because most of us are already trying too hard at the wrong things. When you stop forcing, you give yourself the chance to find your natural flow. The kind of work, relationships, and life rhythm that feels right without constant strain. This doesn't mean life becomes easy. Bukowski's life was never easy. But it becomes honest. And in honesty, there's freedom. Don't try, live. Bukowski wasn't telling you to be lazy. He was telling you to be real. To stop acting. To stop pushing yourself into molds that don't fit. When you live this way, you stop chasing life, and life starts coming to you. You stop trying to be a writer, and you just write. You stop trying to be loved, and you just love. You stop trying to be happy, and you just live. And in that state, you might just create something that makes death tremble to take you. Final thought. The world will tell you to try harder. Bukowski reminds you, don't try. Not because life isn't worth the effort, but because the effort isn't worth it when it's aimed at becoming someone you're not.